We're back on the Morning Brew, and I got my friend Donna Peck here with your friend Nancy Lovett from Aunt Silva's.
Yes, right.
This is great. And you guys, you're wearing the State Fair shirt because the State Fair starts this week.
Tomorrow's
right?
the big day.
That's huge. That's awesome. I love it. Well, the State Fair is one of my favorite things, and you know why.
Yes, because he's a pie baker.
I don't think people know this about me, but I'm actually a competitive pie baker on the side. And it's like one of my favorite things to do is make pies. And every year when I go to the State Fair, I take at least a pie to the competition. And you've been a judge for all these years, and it's been so much fun because when you actually go to the pie judging part of the competition, they tell you everything you did right, everything you did wrong, and how much I screwed up my pie. Usually, in my case, it's the crust was bad, or the filling was flaky and fell out when they cut into it, or there was a hot spot on it somewhere. The pie competition is really, really intense, and I love it. And and there's a great camaraderie around everybody who competes in the pie competition too.
It is. It is.
And there's regulars. We go every year. We have a great time at it. But you kind of moved on up in the State Fair ladder.
Well, right now I'm superintendent of home art, so I can't judge anymore.
Which is
but
heartbreaking.
I'm in charge of the judges, so that it's hard not to judge, because a pie contest is very tough, though, because you really don't know when you bring the pie what's going to happen when you cut into it.
Right. You have the best guess.
Yeah. You look at it, and all of a sudden the judge cuts in, and all of a sudden it runs all over the place.
It's happened to me.
Yeah, and so it's a tough competition.
It is. And there's that one. The canning one is always one that looks cool, too. Because that's the way people organize stuff in the cans and do it. And that's like kind of a dying art, I think, in some ways.
It is, but this year we had 98 young students from one of the high schools bring dried vegetables and fruits for us.
Oh, good.
So the judges had their time set up for them. That was really tough.
That is cool.
But the dried ones were beautiful. You know, they can slice the vegetables and fruit very pretty, arrange them in the cans and or the jars, and they look really good.
That's cool. And I know the other big one is the cake competition, too. That's the one that people really go all out on, right?
And we have cake decorating, too. But tomorrow is the cookie competition. That's the first day. And everyone asks, is there a fee? And it's free. You just bring your cookies. You have 6 cookies. Bring them in tomorrow between 8 and noon, and come to the competition. And the judging is at 1:30, so you can hear what the judges have to say.
I love it. That's always the coolest part about it, because the judges, they're professional chefs, they're food chemists, they're people who've been baking for years, and they know about this stuff. And they actually have helped me make my pies better through the years by telling me what I've screwed up.
And we're hoping to do that. And then, of course, Nancy is here because we also have sewing that we are talking about, and the style show is Saturday.
That's
the
cool.
12th.
So these are really amazing. These are all handmade.
These are all handmade. These are some of the items that we'll be doing in the style show. I mean, can't you wait to see the little girl wear this one?
Right.
Isn't this the most adorable
this
dress?
Is like
Nancy, can you talk about this one? You judged it, I think. She's a judge.
I did not judge this one in particular, but they're just some darling, beautiful things. There are so many talented, creative sewers in New Mexico, and it's fun to come. The style show is at 2 p.m. on Saturday. It's open to the public, and they're just some beautiful, delightful things that are going to be modeled on there.
That's very cool. So this is actually going to be worn by somebody
yes.
on Saturday.
Yes.
That's
and
great.
what we're doing this year is not only taking the clothes, but taking things out of the crochet and out of the knitting. Now, this one someone's going to model.
And
this is a parasol, but look at the crochet
item. This is
item.
beautiful. I don't know if you guys can see this. This is really great. This is fully handmade here, and this whole umbrella cover is completely crocheted by hand. I can't imagine the obsessive amount of work that has to go into something like this.
So that's why in the style show we wanted to show not only the sewing, but the knitting, the crocheting, and different things like this that people will be modeling.
That's beautiful. And this is amazing because every knot is about the same size.
It's a beautiful piece. Yes, it is.
Yeah, and then this is part of the quilting?
Well, this is not going to be in the style show, but I brought this just to show that when you come into the home arts area, which is in the Creative Arts Building, you see these beautiful quilts. And I couldn't bring a big one, but this is one that did get a blue ribbon. It's a hand-quilted one, and if you look at all the different little stitches, it's beautiful. And so this is just one small example of what you'll see when you get into the home arts department.
That's very cool. And I'm looking at this, and if we can show this, because some of these stitching is just really intense and really just, it's actually beautiful, the way they did. I don't know what you call these little things by the buttons here. What do you call these, Donna?
I'm trying to see
these little,
What are these?
Yo-yos.
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 Nancy's the one that
Nancy's
does that.
Nancy's the, yeah, you're the sewing
interesting-
Oh,
chick.
the sewing one.
And these are cool. I don't know what these are. They're very cool. They look just look awesome. Are they hard to do?
To do neatly,
They're-
yes.
They're not hard, they're tedious.
Oh, okay.
On there. Well, and this is just a little glimpse of some of the beautiful things that are on display at the Home Arts Building. The talent is just overwhelming.
I love it. Well, the Home Arts Building is one of those places that, you know, you go see the animals, you see the puppies and the kittens, and you go visit the children's area, and then you have to go. You just have to go through it and see all the amazing food. And so, how did you become superintendent this year? Did they just say, Donna, we can't live without you. We need your help here?
Well, the person who was superintendent had been there a number of years and had retired, and they looked to see who else they could get to deal. And I had been judging since 1991 whenever we moved here.
Oh, that
And so
long.
I guess they thought that maybe I could do okay. And I've tried my best, and I get wonderful judges like Nancy, who
Right.
does everything. And I have a wonderful group of workers who work really hard. So it's been a nice experience.
Great.
And Donna has actually started some new things in the Home Arts competition. Ramping up the style show is one of those things that makes it really interesting. And like you were saying with the pies, you learn how to get better as you read the critiques, and that's
I
the way
learned
it
all
is
my
with,
screw-ups. That's
well, but you know what to do, and that's
Right.
the way it is with the sewing, the crocheting, the knitting, all of the
Right.
different arts. You really get some good tips, and with the style show where people can come and just show all
off
of their
all this
beautiful
stuff.
things
Yeah.
is so much fun. We had a fabulous turnout last year, so
Yes, we
Donna's really done some wonderful
That's
things
great.
for the.
Well, how do you find people like Nancy? Like, or are they just naturally involved? You've just been naturally involved
We just
in it?
naturally gravitate. You know, in my case, I started out as an entry. I entered and modeled in the fair and gradually became a judge. And now working with Ann Silva's, we help sponsor the sewing part of the competitions.
Very cool. So if do you win like thread or a sewing machine or something?
We're giving gift certificates this year.
Oh, great.
I think we gave 10 best of shows
Great.
to the store. So threads, needles, scissors.
Yeah,
Sewers
cool.
need those things.
Right, absolutely.
And in the style show, they're the best of the juniors. Some of the juniors get what, $25 or
Yeah.
$50 for getting it. And so this,
great.
Ann Silver's
That's cool.
Sewing Center does a good job.
And so just because people, it's hard sometimes to miss the home ec building right there. What's it actually called?
It's called Creative Arts.
Creative Arts
It's right
Building.
across from the Manuel and Lujan building.
Right.
A big sign that's Creative Arts, and I have one that says Home Arts right by it. And so we're trying to make it bigger than ever because
There
we
it
think
is,
it's
yeah.
the heart of the fair.
Look at that.
There it is.
We got the
That's
photo.
Right. Uh-huh.
This is great. And we're going to have our buddies from Barakutanga here take us out. And in the meantime, I'm going to figure out how to sew on some of these yo-yos.
Yeah.
There are very few signs and symptoms of prostate cancer.
Prostate is a cancer that can be eliminated if you have early detection.
My advice is to have a doctor in your life that you can trust and count on. Go talk to a doctor. It could save your life.
Get screened today. Call now or log on to mdformen.com.